I cannot hear you. Now I can hear you.
All right, now we're good. There we go. Hi, Brandon.
Hi. You're on Christmas break.
Barely. How should we start this bitch? Should we just be home alone?
What does barely mean?
Yeah, like on purpose. Hey, is it on? We could do an interview with a guy who's home alone.
I was thinking it's just like it is like we're home alone, but it's like.
But we're doing an interview.
But we're like just like our age, or we're like 17 years old or something. We're just like fucking finally play Xbox and jerk off and all that.
That's
shit.
Fun. We could do that. Call into our favorite radio shows.
One of who will be the home alone. The other person will be the person on the Fortnite call or the Call of Duty call in the headset.
Okay. Oh yeah, fuck. My parents are still here. You're like, oh, I got the house to myself. I'm home alone, baby.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
What is the
home?
I'm gonna do the PlayStation startup sound. So it sounds like we're booting up the PlayStation. Which one sounds the best? PlayStation 1.
No. A different one.
That's good.
That's bad.
PlayStation 2. This might be it.
Yeah, that's it. Not the other one. Legendo. Okay.
Yeah, I want it with the little doo-doo. PlayStation 2. No, not 3. Startup sound.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got that queued up. I'm ready. We'll just be home alone. I'll be home alone. I'll start it up.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I wonder if Lukas is online.
Yeah, I will be.
Oh, good. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll probably help a bit.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
You just aren't online. It's just like,
yeah.
Great. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, play. All right. Make sure. Okay, we're good there. We're good there. Just playing some Fortnite. I wonder if Lukas is online. Shit, let's see. Oh, there he is. Nice.
What's up? Oh, hey, Brand. Shut the fuck up back there.
Is that your sister?
Brandon. Yeah, they're shut the fuck up. What's up? Just trying to get some games in.
Yeah, gaming.
You know?
I mean, I know it's almost your bedtime soon. It's like 9 o'clock or whatever, but I figure let's play while we can.
Up.
Did she just say the N-word?
No, that's you can't. Yeah, that's bad.
Wow.
All right, let's get a couple Halo matches in, or
let's do Halo.
Call of Duty, bro.
I'm good with whatever.
Let's run it. Yeah. Run it. So, how late you staying up till then, homie?
I don't have a bedtime tonight.
Whoa, big shot. What's going on? I know Debbie's not letting you stay up. What's going on?
They're gone. I'm home alone. I'm home alone.
Whoa, that's like the dream, bro.
I woke up. I was like, Mom, Dad, they didn't make me breakfast, nothing like that. So I was like, whatever. I had 8 packages of Pop-Tarts this morning. It was awesome.
Oh, Or like an adult, bro.
Yeah, and so they're just gone. They flew. They're taking their yearly Christmas trip to Amsterdam to the red light district, and so I was like, all right, I'm home
What
alone
up?
this year. They
Yeah.
left me behind, so I ate the Pop-Tarts, ordered a pizza. I jerked off all day.
Glebe
Let's go.
style.
Glebe style.
Yeah. How do we
All day
gotta
long.
go?
Now, like, let's see if Lukas is online. Let's play some Halo.
Yeah, I gotta shut the fuck up. I probably gotta actually get off. It's not going well over here. I'm not home alone, and it seems like Dad hit mom again. So I gotta go.
Oh. All right,
I gotta go. I gotta
I'll play
go
Fortnite.
join in and hit mom again. I guess. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the Twisted Towers.
All right. We got that. So jealous, bro. Bro.
Bro, all right. Good luck with your parents. Don't get hit. I got a gold scar. Hell yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
It's always how those land calls go.
Yeah. I got a little motherfucker right here too. He being mean.
It's Jinjo. He never
Yeah, he
looks
bites.
mean. Oh yeah, never mind. I take it back immediately. He bit you instantly.
Yeah, he's not working out really well. You stay there, Jinjo.
The irony of that, he never looked at the instant I said that he bit your hand.
He's looking for something to bite. It's instant. Hey.
Oh my goodness. One of my favorite YouTube videos ever is like one of those like calls, like they're playing Call of Duty or something, and somebody in the other line's like, "Hey Buford, hey Buford," can you have the guys just go, "That guy's name is Buford?" They just start roasting him for his name.
Hey, got his ass. Well, we have a podcast name as well. We also have questions.
Yes, we do. First question. Do you like the 12th season of things?
Ooh, no, that's a long time of things. Too many things.
Okay. Next, do you like a John Williams score?
Generally, yeah. I am a red-blooded American after all. Brandon.
Of course, so you have to
I have to.
And lastly, do you like Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek?
I'm not familiar, so I'll say no.
Oh, such a good show. You need to watch Schitt's Creek. Well, if you've answered yes to liking
really a show guy
seasons of things,
I'm a movie guy.
I mean, Succession.
It's like a little movie.
If you've answered yes to liking the 12th season of things, a John Williams score, or
Moira
Rose from Schitt's Creek, you've come to the right place. This is the good, the bad, and the Alonies, the Home Alonies.
Ooh. And it is true.
Season.
Oh yes, that's why you said that.
Yeah, and also
it's a lot of things.
The 12th month, and it's a season, and
Yeah, and 12 apostles with Christ, and the 12 ladders of heaven to Yahweh. Jinjo.
Jacob's ladder.
Yeah, Jacob's ladder, and it's like movies. Did you say the good, the bad, the movies yet?
Yeah. Well, no, I said the good, the bad, the Home Alonies.
I'm Lukas.
And I'm Brandon. And it's just us two kicking off.
Or Home Alone, if you will.
12. It feels weird that we didn't already end the themed month and that it's starting the next month, but we are still technically in the holiday hose. And for our masterpiece this year, we watched Home Alone from 1990.
Interesting choice we had here, Brandon.
Now, we're recording right now on December 23rd. I watched this yesterday. This is the time when I want to watch a Christmas movie instead of a month ago when we watched Christmas with the Cranks and like
I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, you're right. When you're off school and there's snow on the ground, ostensibly, there's not really any here. And there's Mariah Carey's ass is playing. Yeah, you want to sit down and watch a little snowy movie. So we got Home Alone. Interesting that we placed it in the masterpiece section. No denying it yet. But it's not necessarily the artistic leap that many of our other masterpiece selections have warranted.
And I've been thinking about it. A lot of
Ah,
sorry. Well, let's move
yeah,
on. A lot of
yeah.
Christmas movies, like they feel like they're not as much about Christmas, but they just kind of take place during Christmas. That's like the Die Hard stuff. It's a Wonderful Life really isn't much about Christmas in a way.
Yeah. It's not. Well, yeah, you're right.
Christmas Story 100% is.
Yeah,
And
Christmas
this
to
one,
Pranks, not really.
oh, this one is about Christmas actually a lot and has that Christmas feel, but it's more about home invasion. It's kind
I was
of
gonna say
playing the ground of what is it
it's
designated a Christmas movie and what
it's
is it not?
genre bending. Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
genre spectrum. It could go into either genre bathroom. I think is the
Oh
idea.
yeah, that's what they always say. The Home
Yeah,
Alone can go into either genre bathroom.
yeah. It could go to the bathroom in the home invasion or the Christmas bathroom, side by side.
Some people do not like your dad. He does not like that.
No, he
He
hates.
wants it to be just a Christmas movie.
He hates personal freedoms. That's right. Yeah.
And so yeah, we're doing it with our masterpiece this week, Home Alone from 1990. Before we get into it, we're drinking beers. I got a Glacier
Sure.
Freeze.
That's crazy. I have a Riptide Rush Gatorade right here too. So people rarely don't know the names of Gatorades, but Brandon and I do. Orange is another one. Lemon lime. Arctic Freeze.
You froze on I gotta, and so I don't know, but I heard Arctic Freeze, which sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
It's the Gatorade flavor.
Nice. Yeah, Glacier Freeze is mine.
Fuck, that might be
It's
what I'm thinking of.
the light blue one.
No, there's an Arctic. There's an Arctic
No,
one. It's
there
the white
definitely
one.
isn't. Yeah,
White Gatorade
the
flavored.
white cherry flavor.
It is white glacier. No, yeah, white glacier cherry.
Ah. And then this is Glacier Freeze. I'm so
Um,
cold.
it does pair well with the coldness of the setting. Chicago.
Correct.
Chicago.
And I was talking to us about this with Marina. Chicago seems to be the place that they set Christmas films in. They love Chicago.
That and the Big Apple, of course. But yes,
It
Chicago.
feels like
Chicago.
Chicago even more than New York City. And
Well,
obviously some of the places like LA and anywhere in the South, they want to portray that classic Christmas as a white Christmas. And man, Chicago's a big
racistly.
one.
Yeah,
Except for Jingle All the Way was Minneapolis and the Mall of America. That one was an outlier for sure.
what about
But
Santa with muscles?
Chicago.
Um, Elf, all that, you know what I'm saying. It's like Chicago has a big history with meat packing and sort of meat storage and meat industry, so maybe that has something to do with it.
That of course it has something to do with it.
Has everything to do with it. The Windy
But yeah,
City,
the meaty city.
the meaty city.
Well, let's get into it. Home Alone from 1990. Had you seen the film before?
Yes,
Yeah, I've just
I
seen
think
it
just
a
the
bunch.
first two, maybe, and maybe one of the reboots. That's it.
I think I've seen 3 once, and it's 1 and 2 are good.
What's the reboot?
I don't know what the reboot is. I know that they made future ones without Macaulay Culkin, and it isn't the
I saw
McAllisters and all.
I
You
saw
saw
one
one of
without
those.
Macaulay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Home Alone from 1990. We're getting into it with the director today, and it's returning writer Chris Columbus, who
Ooh,
wrote Christmas with the Cranks.
wow. And he discovered America and he raped a lot of villagers, a lot of
Yes,
tribes, and people.
exactly. But
Indigenous Americans.
as a director and the 1492 production company, all that, Chris Columbus has done films such as Adventures in Babysitting, Heartbreak Hotel.
Are these movies he's directed? Are these movies he's directed?
Yes, not written.
That he captained?
Exactly. Like of a ship of some sort. Yeah.
Of sorts. A
He
movie
also did
ship.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. He did Mrs. Doubtfire.
The guy. What a
The
hero.
guy. Stepmom, Bicentennial Man. He did Harry Potter 1, The Sorcerer's Stone, and 2, Chamber of Secrets.
Weird. And they passed it off to Cuarón.
Yep. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief.
He's a franchise starter.
Then he did I Love You, Beth Cooper. Did you ever see that comedy?
No. Never heard of it.
A valedictorian gives his speech, and in his speech at graduation, he says how much he loves the head cheerleader, Beth Cooper. And then it's an embarrassing night of him getting bullied and trying to get into parties. But then he ends up spending the whole night with the cheerleaders, him and his best friend. And they really hit it off as friends, but they don't end up romantically together because they realize they're not right. But she does flash him in the locker room.
Sounds like a bad movie.
It's pretty bad. And then
Sounds
he's
like
also,
some American
speaking of
Pie
bad
shit.
movies, he also directed Pixels.
No, that's bad. Bad. Shame. Tisk.
Pixels
And
and the Emoji Movie
he's a
came
racist.
around the same time, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things.
Okay. How about writer today? It's a big one.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Those noises make me think that you've been conversing with Seth because he's probably been singing to you. Fuck me to death.
No, I just said sick again, I think. I'm
Oh.
always sick.
But maybe you've been conversing with Seth.
Only never. Ever
Ah.
since he abandoned us.
Yeah, what the hell? He told me he had a bean feast last night.
That's bad. Is that why you sent that? A bean feast?
No, I sent that. That was a snap memory of mine. He said, "Oh, last night I actually had a bean feast." He said it was a pot pie. I was like, there shouldn't be beans in
That's
pot
Texas
pies.
for you.
Yeah, I guess so. But our writer today, the big name, is John Hughes.
That is a big name, Brandon.
That's a huge name.
80s
And
legend.
we did a John Hughes bracket for my family, the first ever family movie bracket we did.
That's right.
Where Ferris Bueller ended up beating The Breakfast Club in the finals.
Good choice.
So I put a ton of his stuff in here. He started with something called The Secret Life of Nikola Tesla.
Huh.
Then he went to Mr. Mom. Then he did National Lampoon's Vacation and Christmas Vacation and European Vacation.
Yeah, that's right.
He did 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club,
Now
Pretty in Pink, some of the big ones there. He did Weird Science.
Yeah.
He did Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Some Kind of Wonderful, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, a film called She's Having a Baby. He did The Great Outdoors. He did Uncle Buck. He did Curly Sue, Home Alone 1 through 3. And then he also did Dennis the Menace, Miracle on 34th Street,
God never stops
101
working.
Dalmatians. He did Beethoven 1 through 7.
A beloved franchise. He's a good worker.
He did Flubber.
Bad movie.
You think?
I know.
I have fond memories of it growing up, but that's because I was probably a child. He did Made in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez. And Drillbit Taylor. You love Drillbit Taylor.
No, I don't. It's a big fall off, but this is right around when he's peaking and the cliff is starting to approach.
Yeah. 1990.
But this is peak of his powers, I would say, yeah.
Coming in at that, kind of that
Bill Clinton's in
16
office.
Candles, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller, Miracle on 34th.
It's a good run.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
There's a Beethoven in there. Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
good
I've heard the
run.
first Beethoven and maybe the second are
Because
okay, but
Grodin's in it. Yeah.
and Drillbit Taylor. Don't forget about that. You love Drillbit
I
Taylor.
love Drillbit Taylor.
Yeah, that's a weird one in his filmography. That's completely
A
different than
weird
everything
capstone.
else. Yeah.
I guess.
But you've got John Hughes, you've got Chris Columbus. Speaking of names, we got a cast.
We got a cat.
We got a cat, and he's being mean.
All right now.
But he will. First on the call sheet, Macaulay Culkin.
Little guy.
10-year-old
Above the
Macaulay.
line.
And what
Impressive.
a gem of a child actor he was. He was outstanding.
Yeah. And his brother.
Kieran.
And then he grew up and was ugly. Yeah. He was a cute little kid here.
But he was still hooking up with Mila Kunis, and then now him and Brenda Song are married and have kids together. And
his middle name is Macaulay Culkin. He changed it. It's
his middle
Macaulay
name?
Culkin. Yeah.
That can't be
He
right,
changed
is it?
That's true.
Is that right? Is that
That's
real?
right. It used to be Carson. Yeah. Macaulay Culkin. It's an American actor.
Macaulay Culkin. Formerly known as Macaulay Culkin, aka Macaulay
Carson
Culkin.
Culkin. Yeah.
Then you've also got Oscar nom Joe Pesci.
Winner. He won.
Did he win? Did he win for
Yeah,
Goodfellas?
Yeah, he has the famous speech. He goes up there and he just goes, "It was my pleasure," and then he leaves. That was the best speech ever. Thank you. It was my pleasure. And he walks off. And I'm like, okay.
Oh. So
win.
that was only 2 years after this then.
Yeah.
Dang. Then you've also got Daniel Stern. You've got John Hurd, Roberts Blossom, Catherine O'Hara, Angela Goethals, Devin Rattray. Kieran Culkin is actually in this film. I don't know which one of the siblings or cousins or whatever he is, but Kieran's in the film.
He's drinking a Pepsi.
Oh, is he Glass's kid drinking the Pepsi?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Now he's about to be Oscar nominated. Yeah.
Do you think I saw he was nominated at least for the Golden Globe.
He will be.
I think. I heard that's great. I heard Jesse Eisenberg's
pretty good.
Great. You saw
pretty
it?
Pretty good, yeah. We saw it. It was pretty good.
Nice.
It's like a little more than 90, but it was pretty good.
The last person on the cast that I have here is John Candy. It's John Hughes' favorite actor.
His boy. His big boy.
His big boy. Yeah, John Candy's big boy.
Yeah. He died later.
He did die later. Another one of the big boys that died in the 90s or thousands or something.
He probably did coke. Yeah.
Probably. I didn't technically put this in the facts because they're just outrageously long, but I'm going to do them anyway right now because we talked about the cast. I put these in here because the people that had auditioned for the roles of Peter and Kate McAllister, the mom and dad in this film, the names on it are so extensive, beyond extensive.
A lot of names considered.
Peter, the role of Peter had running for it Michael Douglas, Kevin Costner, Martin Sheen, Dan Aykroyd, Charles Grodin, John Travolta, Nathan Lane, Tom Skerritt, Bill Murray, Jim Belushi, Chevy Chase, Harrison Ford, Tom Hanks, Sean Penn, Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, Christopher Lloyd, Rick Moranis, Dennis Quaid, Jack Nicholson, John Goodman, Robin Williams, Mark Lynn Baker, Steve Martin, Alan Thicke, Bruce Willis, Tony Danza, Dave Thomas, Robert Hayes, John Ritter, Ed O'Neill, Jeff Daniels, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That is a lot of people. Alan Thicke. That'd have been great if it was Alan Thicke.
What was the movie we watched where Alan Rickman was auditioned for the role and Devin didn't know who it was?
Oh yeah.
What was that? What
crazy role?
What was Devin on recently? He was on Rollerball, Christmas with the Cranks.
I think it was Christmas
he was
with
on
the Cranks,
Hereditary and Ace Ventura.
I think it was Christmas with the Cranks.
Maybe. No, he wasn't on Christmas with the Cranks, was he? No, he wasn't. He was on 8 Crazy Nights. I think it was Ace Ventura. Was recommended for the sequel, and then maybe it was Whoopi Goldberg. Anyway, the people that auditioned for the mom for Kate McAllister included Sigourney Weaver, Diane Keaton, Holly Hunter, Jodie Foster, Glenn Close,
I love Holly Hunter.
Gina Davis,
Like Gina Davis,
Jamie Lee Curtis,
cranking it, Gleep
Stockard
style.
Channing, Carrie Fisher, Madonna, Daryl Hannah, Kelly McGillis, Leah Thompson of Howard the Duck fame, Linda
Ooh,
Hamilton, Helen Hunt, Laura Dern, Jane
Holly
Seymour,
Hunter
Angelica
and Helen
Houston,
Hunt.
Sharon Stone,
Mm.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Jessica Lange, Marlu Henner, Deborah Winger, Jennifer Grey, Annie Potts, Kelly Preston, Maureen McCormick, Bette Midler, Meg Ryan, Linda Carter, Kim Cattrall, Gates McFadden, Ali Sheedy, and Mary Steenburgen.
That's a lot of people.
That's so many people.
Casting
It's
director
like
making their money. We did a good job, though.
they did do a good job. I liked.
Oh,
You
I
know,
would have wished it was Holly Hunter.
you love Holly Hunter?
She's probably my favorite actress. Yeah.
Really interesting. But like, you
Hey,
don't need the biggest names in the world to be doing the mom and dad role. Maybe more so the mom than the dad, but like
hey,
to have
hey.
somebody huge. Like, could you imagine? It was like Mel Gibson,
That would have been stupid. Yeah,
Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster.
that would have been stupid. Must
So
have had a big budget though. These are good hints.
good hints. Well, we're doing a plot now, and it's an 8-year-old troublemaker mistakenly
Hey,
left at home
hey,
must defend his home against a pair of
don't bite
burglars on
that.
Christmas.
He was biting the electric cords. Um, yeah, great plot. Christmas Eve. You're right.
That makes it a Christmas film.
I'd
And
say so.
some history.
The history is coming. The history is coming. The history is coming. We're cranking it Gleep style.
Home Alone is a 1990 American comedy film and the first film in the Home Alone franchise. Hughes had conceived Home Alone while on vacation, imagining what things would be worse to leave at home, until he came upon the idea of leaving his 10-year-old son home and wondering what he'd do. Warner Brothers was originally intended to finance and distribute the film.
Good idea.
However, they shut down the production after it exceeded its assigned budget. Then 20th Century Fox assumed responsibilities following the meetings with Hughes, and Hughes had originally planned on using Chris Columbus as director on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. But after conflicts between Columbus and star Chevy Chase, Columbus approached Hughes for any alternative films to direct. In 2023, Home Alone was
That was
selected
last year.
for preservation in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as culturally, historically, or aesthetically
An
significant.
act of Biden. He loves this movie. Joe
He
Biden.
loves it so much. And just last year as well, one that we did before it got inaugurated in there, so a retroactive put in, Spy Kids.
I saw that. That's weird. That was a weird one. That's in there. We
Yeah,
like Spy Kids though.
we really do enjoy Spy Kids, but it was one that was like,
The
Library of
Thumb
Congress.
Thumbs are in
Yeah,
Congress.
yeah. So
They get to vote. Yeah.
I'm not surprised about the Chris Columbus
Chevy
confrontations
Chase.
and conflicts with
Seems like everybody does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Everybody's
He's probably
Chevy
on
Chase.
the right. He's probably in the right.
Who are some of the other biggest assholes? Like he might be one of one. Mel Gibson's up there.
Edward Norton is up there.
I've heard Bill Murray's up there.
Yeah. Although he keeps working with Wes Anderson. Kevin
There's
Spacey.
What's his name?
But that he's just a criminal. He's probably fine.
I heard Tom Sizemore was an ass to work.
Probably.
Rest in
They're
peace.
getting better though. Tom Holland is an ass.
Really?
No, he's fine, I think.
Okay.
He's a sweetheart.
But Chevy Chase And like I said, I think Mel Gibson might be the one of the other
Edward Norton,
ones
I
that's
actually
like
have.
one of one up there.
Edward Norton.
Maybe. My mom. She always had an
Your
issue.
mom is?
No. She always had an issue with Russell Crowe. I don't know if he was an
I've
ass.
heard that maybe. That sounds right.
And then probably Karen Snedeker is one of the other
Probably
hardest
Karen
ones to work
Snedeker.
with. Yeah.
Yeah, in her daily jobs.
Yeah. So I've given you a couple clues here about production companies dropping out to exceeding budgets, all those big names. It's budget time.
30 million.
In 1990, 30 million.
That's right. That's right.
Seth wins.
No.
It's 18 million.
Really? With all those stars and everything? In Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lucas, reset. 18. Okay. Opening weekend?
Warner Brothers was being stingy with it.
Yeah, they're being prudes.
I don't even know what the original proposition for budget was between them, but only 18 million? Not bad.
They fought. Opening weekend?
Opening weekend, it opened November 18th, 1990.
You'd think this one opened bonkos. Let's say it opened at 30 million.
Seth wins. 17.1.
Well, right at its budget.
Yeah.
17.1 to domestic equals. Oh, I think this is a blockbuster. 135.
Seth wins.
Damn it.
It went from 17.1 to 285.8
Wow,
million.
I knew it. 285. Damn it. Seth's going to beat me this week.
18 million to 286 million domestic.
That's legs, baby.
That is fantastic. Holy shit.
That's legs. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then worldwide.
520 million.
Seth wins.
That's tough on the worldwide.
476.7 million.
Close.
In 1990, that's nuts.
China loves kids being left home alone. They do.
As long as it's a little boy. If it's a little girl, no.
No. Get it out of there.
Yeah.
Abandon it.
So, an $18 million budget making $477 million worldwide. That is a Winnie.
That's a kitty.
That's a kitty. Probably one of the biggest margins we've seen.
Ow. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, 18 million is not a small budget, especially for 1990, but those are massive returns for sure.
Those are such
That's
big
parking
return.
lot money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
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 2.5 then times.
Here's some cat butt for you.
Don't do that. It's 25 times its budget in returns. And then every cable company and every streaming service has picked it up.
Yeah,
DVD and VHS sales are off the charts.
Yeah. It's like a verb now. Oh no, I got Home Alone. You know what I mean? Yeah, I saw a shirt that said home is where the heart is the other day. It's got to be a reference to Home Alone, right?
No.
Yeah, gotta be.
And then some cultural stuff, like the scene of him putting aftershave on and screaming. That's got to be one of the most recognizable movie scenes.
Yeah.
So
Joe
huge
Pesci's in
returns, huge wins. It's tagline time, and I got 5 of them.
Whoa, 5? He says
5. Are you ready for the first one?
Yeah.
The first one just holy cow.
Holy cow! No way, that's a bad one.
It's just an exclamation. It's terrible.
That's stupid.
The second
Hey,
one, is he eating the wires again?
no, he's on the table, which is technically
The
fine,
second
but
one,
there's trouble he can get into. The second one,
bring home the laughter this holiday season.
yeah, yeah. You'd leave it at the theaters, I think. But yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, when Kevin's family left for vacation, they forgot one minor detail. Kevin. But don't worry, dot, dot, dot.
A
He
minor.
cooks, he cleans, he kicks some butt.
That's too long. Yeah,
Too long. Next, he's home alone.
that's good. Home Alone. Underneath it, he's Home Alone.
It just says
Yeah,
he's.
yeah, that's
And the
good.
number 5 that I think is the best one of them. It should have been the number 1 up there. A family comedy without the family.
That's pretty good. You're right. I do like he's Home Alone
No,
the best, probably.
no,
Or Holy Cow.
no. Those are terrible. The one is too
Yeah.
long. Holy Cow has nothing to do with it. I
Holy
guess he's
Cow.
Home Alone is third. Bring Home the Laughter this holiday season's got to be 2, but a family comedy
No,
without the family,
it's
that's
pretty good.
good.
Give
That's a
me
good
he's
one.
Home Alone. I'm a man of simplicity. A
None of them had
minimalist.
none of them had instructions for you. You love.
I do like ones with instructions. Yeah. Go home. I guess bring the holiday. It could be bring the laughter home with you. Do it. Bring it
Bring
home.
Home the Laughter this holiday season. Yeah, maybe that's your favorite.
Yeah, but it's Christmas time. I'm feeling rebellious, anti-authoritarian.
He's Home Alone.
Exactly.
Simple, straight to the point.
All right, let's go.
Taglines of our own.
Ooh, how about they make me wet bandits?
Nice. Something
Uh,
that something that isn't comedic is like a home isn't just a house or something. You don't have to
hmm.
put the or something at the end. A home isn't just a house
A home isn't just a house
or something.
or something. I like that one actually. I like that one. Let's do that one.
A home isn't just a house or something.
Dot 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 or something.
Winner. Uh,
Um,
family.
home invasion. Jun. There's no words that start with jun.
I don't think there's many Jun words. Home invaders from Mars.
Ooh, ooh. Um, they'll get you. The movie.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Show me your booby traps.
Or booty.
Show me your booty hole.
Show me your booty hole traps.
Yeah, do it. Gross.
That one's got to be up there with a home is not just a house or
Or
something.
something. We should do that one still. I vote with that one.
Okay. He's Home Alone.
Or something.
I'm such a big fan of when they say the movie title in the film, and Marina was watching it
Yeah,
with me, and she's like, "They did it, Brandon." I was like, "I know they did it."
I know. Some people are anti that, I feel like now. They're pushing back against that. But I'm with you.
If it,
Movies are supposed to be fun.
they are, but if it is something where it's like they're really pushing it, like some of our intros where they're like, "I'm Winnie the Pooh," no way, I'm Winnie the Pooh too. Those are
That's
the things
good.
you're like, okay, no.
Yeah, you're right.
What
That's
do you
good.
think? I follow a TikTok guy that I just saw recently, and he was releasing his like best and worst movie title drops in the movies. And I thought of 2 right off the bat, and they finally both came up, and I was like, yes. One of them was The Dark Knight, which is at the very end when Gary Oldman's like, he's the Cape Crusader, the Watcher of the Night. He is
He's some sort of Dark Knight.
the Dark Knight, and drives off on a scooter, and then the Hans Zimmer score goes, and it's like, that's a really good one. But I think my favorite might be Jurassic Park when they walk out and he's like, welcome to Jurassic Park, and then they all turn and see the fucking dinosaurs, and then the and then I'm
What
crying
about
because it's dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
what about? Well, we bought a zoo.
We Bought a Zoo.
That's a good one.
I love We Bought a Zoo.
So does your brother.
He does. Pizza, 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 pizza. I love We Bought a Zoo. It makes my heart warm.
I like zoos.
Yeah.
Zoo
And
based
Bill
movies
Russell.
like Pie. Yeah,
Life of Pi. Oh, Life of Pi's so
I
good.
showed that in class the other week.
Yeah? What'd they think?
They liked it. That's a tough
Did they
class. They don't like much,
do
including
they
me.
think that the story was real or that he made it all up and it was actually the cook?
I asked them that, and there's I don't give a fuck, man. And I was like, oh,
Damn it.
yeah. Just shut the fuck up, man.
It's a
It's
whole view. It's a whole view on fantasy and
I said
optimism or pessimism and
no.
realism.
They think it was the animals were real for the most part, but there was some like
Yes.
shut the fuck up. You sleeping?
Damn it.
It's my sleeping class. Damn it. Yeah.
All right. Oh, their sleeping class. No.
No, I'm just yeah. Shut the fuck
Um,
up. And I also can't talk to me like that. But yeah,
fact time.
I like it. Let's call it Facts Time. Nice and elegant and simple for the new season.
Around the fact, around the fact.
Just do Fact Time.
Fact time. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
what is that a play on? Like
It's we're turning a new
facts or
chapter.
something,
We're
or
doing
like?
efficiency. Yeah.
Oh,
Clear
okay, yeah.
directions for the audience.
Get ready, folks.
We'll
It's
play on
fact
that.
time.
Yeah.
Take it how you will. Whatever jokes or metaphors. It's fact time. Might be the fastest we've ever. The factest we've ever
The fact is, we didn't even think about
picked
it.
a
We just
fact
went
name.
for it.
Yeah, fact time. And I've
We
got
could have gone
10 of them
Christmas
for
with
you.
facts. We could have gone, yeah. Fact alone, home facts. Those kind of suck though.
Yeah, and home
Fact
facts.
bandits.
Home facts could be a thing about home fries. The breakfast potatoes. So
Yeah, we wouldn't want to confuse people. It
the
simply
fact
is
bandits.
fact time.
Fact time. And 10 of them. First fact is
You
that
can let me guess how many there were. That's okay.
Joe Pesci deliberately avoided Macaulay Culkin on set because he wanted Culkin to think that he was mean.
Oh, that is kind of mean behavior, so that makes sense. Or if he called him like pussy every time he saw him,
That
that'd be funny.
would be hilarious.
Like pussy. Yeah.
Classic Joe Pesci mean guy,
Hey,
5'5". How tall do you think Joe Pesci is?
Probably 5'5". I think that's a good bet. I was doing
Um,
that. It was our like end of the year Christmas party, and the kids in my underclass, we weren't doing anything, and I was like, I know every celebrity's height. They were quizzing me, and I was slaying it. That was
you're
English
locked in.
class. Yeah, I was so good. Every celebrity within 2 inches I can name.
Let me hit you with one.
Okay.
Let me hit you with one.
Every
Woody
celebrity within
Harrelson.
2 inches. 6'1".
I don't know how tall he is. Let me look.
Let's see.
Woody Harrelson height. No, not big. Woody Harrelson. Ooh, you're off. Seth wins.
No,
He's 5'10".
no, Woody. Give me one more. Let me redeem myself.
All right, we were talking about him earlier. Jesse Eisenberg.
Ooh. 6 foot flat. No, he's a little shrimpy. 5'10".
Seth
5'10".
wins.
No.
He's 5'7".
I renounce my talents.
You killed it in front of the kids. Here, different ball game.
I was like 8 for 8 there. Yeah.
It's just like, so Jordan texted me yesterday and he's like, man, I've been sucking in our fantasy league. And I was like, You got called up to the big leagues with me and my friends. We're where it's at. You were used to some chump competition. Now you got the real guys, and then that's why
I got
we
smoked
brought
in that
up.
league too.
That's why I brought up that like the top 8 of us. Like if we made a fantasy league
Yeah,
with me, you,
the
Seth, Jordy,
Champions League
man, that would be tough.
or the 32
Or
man
six
league.
or 64-man league.
I think that'd be fun.
Half the people don't have a starting quarterback.
Yeah,
Begging for injuries all season long. Next,
should flex the kicker.
Catherine
Yeah,
Catherine O'Hara revealed in 2014 that Macaulay Culkin still calls her mom.
think like he's stupid. My mom.
No, not like
That's my
that.
mom.
No, no, no.
Oh, in like a nice, sweet way, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like
Not
hi,
like a
mom.
stupid guy where.
Yeah, no. Next, everyone on set was amazed with how mature and
Mate,
professional Macaulay Culkin was. Joe Pesci told Entertainment Weekly, Mac is not like a 9-year-old. He's an old man already.
he's so professional. He's like, this is very Godardian.
I also like that they call him Mac.
Nah, that's stupid. I don't like that.
Oh, this is the best. We're gonna save that one for a little later. That one's so
Okay.
good. John Williams stepped in when the original composer backed out. The filmmakers jokingly suggested John Williams, even though they never thought that they could get him. But after he saw an early cut of the movie, he was enchanted and happily stepped in.
I had heard that fact before. Yeah, there's like, fucking, let's get John Williams to do it. He's like, all right, sure.
We got the guy. We got
Yeah,
the
he's
number
still
one
the guy.
guy. Yeah, oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And I love they play the classic Christmas music soundtrack in here so well with his like da, 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 da,
Yeah.
score. It's so good.
It does a lot of lifting.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Next, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern felt indifferent about the movie's potential during shooting, so they intentionally gave over-the-top performances, neither one of them believing that this movie would become a massive success. So all
I think
their
that probably helped it.
screams
Yeah.
and hijinks within the booby
They're just
traps
making
were all.
fun.
Yep. They're just
And it
having a
worked,
good
I think.
time. I
Yeah.
think so too. Next, this movie was entered into the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest box office grossing comedy of all time at the time, with the $477 million worldwide.
Ooh.
So
You
it
know
was
what's the
breaking
highest grossing
records when it
comedy now?
came out.
Probably Deadpool. Yeah, it's probably Deadpool.
Yeah. It probably is
Probably
Deadpool.
Deadpool's ass. Yeah,
Oh my
almost
goodness.
assuredly.
Because comedy is a hard one to get. Like, it's not always that huge of a blockbuster, but Deadpool is enough comedy with superhero that they would
Probably
do
Deadpool.
that. It's probably
Let's
Deadpool.
see. Yeah, do the next one.
Um, Macaulay Culkin was only allowed to work on set 5 hours a day
It's
because of
Deadpool
child
and
labor
Wolverine.
laws.
Yeah.
The crew planned out the scenes around his schedule, putting him on camera alone a lot, which helps because he's home alone. So they got to do
He
all of
was
his
home
stuff.
alone. This actually says Barbie's #1. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And then Deadpool and Wolverine, and then a movie called Hi Mom, a Chinese comedy.
Huh.
Only 2 have grossed over $1 million now.
So Deadpool is one of them, though.
Yeah, Home Alone, not in the top 50 any longer.
No. I mean, it has been
Home Alone
30
2 is,
years.
but yes.
Oh, Home Alone 2 had that big of
Mrs.
returns,
Doubtfire
huh?
is, yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire, too.
Mrs.
Nice.
Doubtfire grossed $450 million. Oh, Home
Oh,
Alone
Home
is there. It's
Alone.
number
I was
16.
going to
Never
say,
mind.
it's what number?
16.
Oh, it's still 16th?
Yeah.
34 years later? That's
What the fuck is
astounding.
Detective Chinaman 2? And Detective Chinaman Chinatown 3? The Mermaid. A lot of these are Chinese movies. Seems to be where some money's at.
Barbie and Deadpool, 1 and 2.
Look who's talking. Yeah, good movies.
Okay. Just a couple more. Although Macaulay Culkin was always the first choice for the role after previously working with writer John Hughes on Uncle Buck in the year earlier in 1989, a young John Mulaney was asked to audition for the role when he was scouted in a children's sketch comedy group, but his parents refused that opportunity.
That's goofy. A children's sketch comedy group. It's like the worst thing of all time.
The Sad Sack Gang or something. He's done a whole special about it.
That'd be the least funny thing ever. A children's comedy group. Improv.
We went to the Home Improvement show here in Billings, and they had a kids improv group up front. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Exactly.
But John Mulaney,
little guy.
Snorting coke. At 9 years old.
Probably.
Start him young, they say. Excuse me. And penultimate here, the one that I saved, Macaulay Culkin's stunt double was just a very short 30-year-old man.
That is funny. Like a small man, a midget, perhaps.
Yeah, a little man, a little
guy, a dwarf who started small.
I thought you would get a kick out of that.
That is good.
And then, lastly, it's nominations time. Oh, God damn it! My screen didn't go. No, it's just doing an update to the app.
Don't update it now.
It just does it on its own. So I'm looking at it a different way. Awards, the Academy Awards, 2 of them. Best score, and best original song, somewhere in my memory. John Williams pulling in the clutch.
He is like 35% of the movie, yeah.
At the American Comedy Awards, this was the winner for funniest actor in a motion picture leading role for Macaulay Culkin.
Starting him young, they say.
American Comedy Awards, that's huge. BMI Film and TV, Best Music, British Comedy Awards, it won the Best Comedy Film. Casting Society of America, winner for Best Casting of a Feature Film Comedy.
Wow. We love the Casting Society.
Family Film Awards, Best Iconic Family Film nominee. Golden Globe, Best Picture Comedy or Musical. And Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Macaulay Culkin.
I recently joined a new society, not my own society. It's called the Woodhouse Society, and I'm a member.
I'm sorry, you froze again. I missed that. You recently...
I'm a member. I joined a society called the Woodhouse Society. I'm a member now. The Woodhouse Society, Brandon.
I'm never gonna hear this story.
I'm in the Woodhouse Society.
Oh. What does that mean?
It's a society of like-minded people studying the works of P.G. Woodhouse.
Oh. And who's P.G. Woodhouse?
He's a British author.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
congratulations.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Let's see. Made it on the Film Preservation
the
Grammys.
Woodhouse Society. Yeah.
I heard it. Nominated for Best Song. Kids' Choice Award winner for favorite movie. It got a blimp.
I slimed him.
And then the Young Artist Awards. Most entertaining family youth motion picture, comedy, or action. Winner. Winner for Best Young Actor in a Motion Picture for Macaulay Culkin. And nominee for Best Young Actress in a Motion Picture for Angela Goffel. I don't know which one of the sisters that was, but...
Not that prominent, yeah.
Yeah. So... Some big things. It got Golden Globes. It got Oscars. It got Grammys. It got Blimpies.
I was going to say.
It got Blimpies.
They slimed it.
They did slime it. And so that is going to end our fact time. And you got to say it like that, too. You can't say fact time. Fact time. Yeah.
Fact time. Pronounce the C.
If Fact time. It's kind of sounds like fat shaming in a way.
Fact time.
Fact time.
Fact time. Yeah, fact time. Fact time.
So
Fact.
we're ending our facts. Nicole? She's got to be alone somewhere.
Like on a Ferris wheel. Alone on the Ferris wheel. She's been stuck there for days. Brandon.
Yeah?
Brandon.
Yeah?
She's alone on a Ferris wheel, and she's been stuck there for days.
Weeks.
Weeks. There is no carnival. She survives by eating the seagulls in the air. She plucks them out. Drinks her own urine.
And it's not even a carnival. It's just like a single Ferris wheel, just like a lighthouse, like next to a lighthouse.
Yeah, in the off season.
She's like, that looks fun.
It's always the off season. Because
that looks like so much fun.
Defunct, yeah. And that's what she does. She snatches birds. Sometimes she's lucky and gets an albatross.
That's a big bird.
Yeah,
that's a lot of
collects
meat.
Rainwater. She can come down, but she just scurries from seat to seat for her various survival activities. One collects rainwater. One is a trap for mice near the bottom. You know what I mean?
One is up top for the birds. One's the shit one. One's the piss one.
One dangles out just enough over the water where she can reach a metal pole down and spear a fish.
Nice. That's a good setup, actually. I'm kind of liking this Ferris wheel.
Why won't she come down? Yes.
Because there's bullies at the bottom.
They're bullying her.
She's
childhood bullies from 20 years ago.
Yeah, they're yelling at her for a funny accent.
Yeah.
She's too afraid.
Sits up there and gobbles goals. Alone. In her home.
The bullies at the bottom, like, we just want to apologize. She like,
yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Mouth is full of seagull. But like,
yeah. She's
we'll come back another day.
All the climbing she has to do.
Yeah. Ooh, jacked. That's good. I like it.
She's home alone.
I hope Nicole likes it too. So let's get into a movie.
You get into the movie. I'm going to get a glass of water.
A glass of water it is. Okay. But right off the bat that I love this John Williams score in the intro credits. Little blue house, black screen behind it. The Christmas stuff is so good. But the ominous music in it is so good too. You can tell. Holly and jolly, but it's also dark. There's something bad that's going to happen. And I love that setting tone. Devin's probably going to hate it. But the McAllister family is preparing to spend Christmas in Paris. And so gathering at Peter and Kate's home in a Chicago suburb on the night before their departure, it is absolutely mayhem because in addition to their family of like 7 or something, the aunt and uncle are there with their kids. There's like 14 people, 15 people in the home. Every one of them is still trying to pack and eat and running around. And there's a cop in the entryway of the home just trying to stop someone. When he finally stops Peter, the father, and he just wants to make sure that during the holidays, they have the proper precautions to protect from home robberies.
Yeah, because there's these sticky bandits, these wet guys running around, getting everybody's houses. So like, we're good. We're chilling. We're good. We're chilling, he says a lot.
Lights and locks are in timers. We're good. We're chilling. You don't have to worry about us. But as all this mayhem's going, Peter and Kate's youngest son, Kevin, Macaulay Culkin, is the subject of ridicule by his older siblings. Nobody wants to help him pack.
He's like the runt. Yeah.
He is the runt. Nobody wants to help him pack. Nobody will answer his questions. They all make fun of him. They're eating all his pizza. And he's in his older brother Buzz's room when they tell him a story about their neighbor, Old Man Marley, as he's taking out the trash, who is a rumored serial killer who kills his victims with a snow shovel and then buries their bodies under de-icing salt to decompose.
Teaching To Kill a Mockingbird to the freshmen this semester. It's a little Boo Radley-ish.
Very Boo Radley-ish, yeah.
I think is part of the intertextuality of this movie. That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
With Marley, yeah.
And later, Kevin accidentally ruins the family dinner when he attacks Buzz for eating all of his plain cheese pizza. When he attacks him, the scuffle pours Pepsi all over all of their flight tickets and the passports to Paris that were on the counter. And so after all
You
this,
idiot, Kevin.
after this fight, it results in
Yes,
him
please.
getting sent to the attic of the house as a punishment, where he berates his mother and wishes that his family would just disappear.
It's the mystical aspect of this movie. Yes.
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 Christmas. Anything can happen at Christmas time.
Because his mom did beat him severely.
No.
No, she just makes him go to the attic with all the asbestos.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
In an old
Mesothelioma.
in an old brick and mortar home in the Chicago suburbs, yeah, there's asbestos in that attic.
Oh, of course. You know it.
And while escorting Kevin to the attic, Kate tells the cop that they've got all the locks and everything, but they're heading to Paris tomorrow morning. And cop gives like a little sly smile and wink to Kevin, flashing his gold tooth at him.
Ooh.
That gold tooth will come up.
Ooh. Chekhov's tooth.
And so during the night, Chekhov's tooth, during the night, heavy winds damage the power lines, which causes a power outage and resets the alarm clocks.
Ooh.
Which is terrible. They wake up, I Got You Babe starts playing, they're in a time loop.
That's right, yeah.
No, they oversleep. They're supposed to be leaving at 8 o'clock sharp. They wake up 8 o'clock. So they are scrambling to get passports.
They don't have TSA pre-check. Yeah, so they have to sit in line at O'Hare all day long.
They don't. It's 1990. It's pre
They don't have pre-check. Yeah, they don't have pre-check, so they have to sit at O'Hare all day long.
It's pre 9/11. They don't need pre-check.
Yeah.
They can just get on the plane.
So they're out of there. Well, they scramble to get out of there. The neighbor kids are over. It's chaos.
Yeah, in the confusion and the rush to get to the airport, Kevin is accidentally left behind, and his presence is mistaken because there is a neighbor kid about his height and age, just belligerent the freaking like chauffeur drivers to the airport. Just ask, does this thing get 4-wheel drive? How many miles to the gallon does this thing get?
What's the horsepower? Yeah.
Doesn't even get him a time to answer, but he's in that van. So when they're doing the head count, tapping for 11 kids' heads, they touch his head.
Too many kids.
Yeah, they touch his head without realizing that it's not Kevin.
Ooh, I don't know his touch.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like my youngest brother's head.
No, they're gone.
And the power line worker, as they're driving off, he tells Kate that their power's back on for the holidays, but the phone lines are going to be down for several days because of the holidays. They don't have a person to send out until after Christmas, basically.
Which seems like a violation of their contract.
Uh-oh.
You should have that on 24/7. It's an emergency. I think that's just back then, especially an essential service.
A phone?
You can't just be like, you're just like, oh, sorry.
No phone. No phone, no mail, no nothing.
Sorry. Yeah, you can't communicate.
Kevin, he wakes up as he finds the house empty. And he thinks that his wishes come true because he walks around, there's nobody there. He sees both their cars still in the driveway, not knowing that they were having a company pick them up, and is overjoyed with his newfound freedom, which includes the classic childhood freedoms of jumping on the parents' bed,
Playboys, and
watching R-rated movies.
Hell yeah.
And I put that this movie itself does a great job of breaking the fourth wall as Macaulay Culkin looks into the camera, realizing he made his
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. Speak into the camera. Classic Annie Hall.
Of course. Who's the better childhood 90s fourth breaking child actor? Him or Frankie?
Frankie Muniz?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
I think Macaulay's cuter.
Frankie did do that a lot.
Yeah. Who's just a better child actor? I'm asking.
That's tough. I think they're really close
and similar.
and similar.
Because they both got ugly as they grew up.
They did.
Yeah. Macaulay never gets any sun, it looks like.
No, he's very pale. I would probably say Macaulay is the more charming child actor.
Yeah. They're
He's got.
both good.
They both are, but
You might have more range. Yeah.
I don't know. That's too close to call. Send it to the sports books. But he does break it a lot. Little nod to Annie Hall, and Kate realizes mid-flight that Kevin was left behind. It's a classic shot of her sitting back in her first class chair and then popping forward, just screaming, "Kevin!" Which would be just horrendous. Your kid's gone.
The worst.
And while home alone, a group that is
Come on.
scaring Kevin is the Wet Bandits. This is Harry and Marv, a pair of burglars who have been breaking into other vacant houses in the neighborhood for the holiday seasons and have been targeting the McAllister's house. They cased it the night before they left, posing as cops. So this is Harry asking about their security and figured the entire family is gone for the holidays to France, so this is the perfect opportunity.
No phone lines. He doesn't know that, but yes.
Yeah. They're also called the Wet Bandits because Marv has a calling card, basically.
He gets them. He gets everything all wet.
Leave the
He floods the
faucets,
place.
flood the
Yeah.
house,
What a dick. Yeah.
cover your tracks.
You don't have to do that shit. That'd be such a dick move. So you're robbed and flooded. That would suck, Brandon. Brandon.
God damn, this connection is
Brandon.
bad. I'm here.
That would suck. To come home and your house is not only robbed but also flooded.
Everything I have is owned, and obviously the water got rid of all the fingerprints, so you can't even figure out who it is, unless for some reason it's like they're calling and they did that everywhere.
Were they heavily doing fingerprints in the 90s? I don't know if they could do that extensively. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
But
Maybe like the FBI.
Kevin, he tricks the Wet Bandits into thinking that his family's still home by turning on the basement light as they try and break in, forcing them to put their plans on hold. Something so small like that. Just the lights. Just tell them, "Oh my god, I thought no one was here. Well, now we gotta push it back."
Scare him away.
And Kevin, he comes out of his house yelling, "I'm not afraid. I'm 9 years old. I'm not afraid of you guys." Until he yells it right into old man Marley's face and just runs off, scared and screaming.
Because he's a serial killer. I'll chop his head off. Yeah,
you will. That's
ostensibly.
Now that's a metal stuff, metal shovel stuff.
Yeah, shallow Marley, as they call him.
You more afraid of burglars or serial killers?
Probably serial killers.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably that.
I'm attached more to my life than my possessions a little bit.
And so good answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
So upon arrival in Paris, Kate tries to call home, but the phone lines are down.
That would be a good movie. Arrival, but in Paris.
Ooh, it's like Midnight in Paris, but
with aliens.
With Arrival. Yeah. And so she calls the police, who sends an officer to his house to check on him, just for good measure. But Kevin thinks that it's the robbers again, so he hides under the covers of his parents' bed. So the police are like, "There's no one home."
Mm-hmm.
Relay the message back. They're not going to check on anymore. And the family also discovers all. Go ahead.
I think that would present bigger issues than like, yeah, you're fine. See you later, mom.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a missing kid. You have to put the fucking.
My kid is
missing persons.
Their answer was
your kid's not there. Oh, okay, yeah.
Their answer to her was have her recount the kids.
Yeah, I think maybe not. That's crazy.
Yeah, if he's not there and he's not with me,
so she's like, all right, fuck this, I'm going home.
Yeah. But they discover that it's Christmas time. All flights for the next 2 days are booked.
It's booked solid. Everywhere.
And Peter and the rest of the family, they go to stay in his brother's apartment in Paris while Kate stays at the airport, hoping for a chance to get a standby seat.
Anywhere, yeah.
Anywhere, anytime, anything. Send me back. The classic, the
Because the kid's
right
been
thing to do
kidnapped.
as a mother.
But then, yeah, they also should have been like, also find my kids, please.
Please, please find my
Yeah,
9-year-old son.
yeah. He went running
I
away.
didn't even think. I didn't even think about the logistics of the cops there. That's such a
Yeah,
good thing for you to bring up.
a little bit of a hole. Yeah, there's like, all right, I don't find he's fine. Yeah, bye.
There's no one here. Okay, that's worse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The crime scene.
Um, so Kevin is at home narrating how he's doing, basically into the bathroom mirror as he's getting ready, and then ventures out into the world on his own, but not before breaking Buzz's shelves, trying to steal his life savings money to go shopping, and freeing his
And pimp
tarantula.
out. Yeah. Uh-oh, now the tarantula's out.
And Harry and Marv
Which are
finally
which are
realize
fucking freaky. Sometimes people have them as pets, but that's demonic.
tarantulas, or just spiders in general.
Both, yeah. Spiders are a scourge of Earth.
My aunt has a little jumping spider as a pet. She posts it on her Snap story all the time.
Who's that?
My aunt Shayla.
You have an aunt named Shayla?
Yeah, she's young. She's like 32.
Oh, cool aunt. That's stupid though. That's stupid.
Could you could
Yeah,
you
your
imagine?
mom does have like young sisters, but yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you imagine if it was Danelle and you just never knew that?
that I mean that would make sense. That's crazy.
All about purple and running and little jumping spiders.
And spiders.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
Uh, um, how do you feel about pet snakes?
Also stupid and gross. A little bit more humane, but still get a dog or a cat.
So how did you feel like when you pet sat for me and Marina for Caesar and Louie, and there was Theo in the other room, our
I
lizard?
mean, yeah, he's a little creepy sometimes. He's at you. Um, I'm just not
Above a
a
snake,
scaly
which is
guy.
also above a spider, but not the dog
Yeah,
cat.
no, not even close. I don't think.
Where do birds fit in this
Well,
within the reptile realm?
they're above the reptiles, and I think Theo's a good bit more. The thing with spiders and snakes is snakes. They're just like so demonic looking. You know, snakes, no legs. How does it function? It writhes around. You know, that's some devil shit. And then spiders have 8 legs and like a billion eyes, and they're all pointy, and they're the worst. That they're creepy. They're
That's some
also
demonic
devil
shit.
shit. Yeah, lizards they're fine. They're just like dinosaurs, you know. And birds are also like dinosaurs.
Also dinosaurs, but above them. So then, in the pet hierarchy, where do rodents fit? You got your rabbits, your guinea pigs, your
Yeah,
gerbils.
it also depends. They're also kind of gross,
It's all
but
kind
it's
of a
fine.
mixed bag. What about livestock? Horses and
Well, yeah, they're different, you know, because you can't really have one running around. But I like a horse. Yeah, I love a horse. I
so
like
you're
a
saying
cow.
mostly like a cat and a dog, though.
That's my your principal pets. Yeah,
Okay.
I do have major issues with all other pets. I think personally in my own handling of them.
Okay.
If it gives you joy in your life, more power to you.
Okay.
Of course, in
Like
all situations.
like that like that Nathan for You episode when they had the pet fly.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
So
true.
back to the movie.
Or a
Harry
kid,
and
that's
Mark,
fine too.
a poor kid? Do
Or if you just had a kid, that's fine.
you say a
Yeah.
poor kid?
No, any kid,
I don't think you can
any
call them
kid.
a pet.
No, just as a baby.
That's just
They're
me
kind of
though.
little pets. They're kind of little pets. They're kind of little pets. They're like little pets. They're kind of like little pets. Brandon, they're like little pets. Brandon. They're like little pets, Brandon.
Are they?
Kids, a little bit.
More work, but
You have a
I
leash
get.
on them sometimes.
I don't like that. I don't like leashed children in places.
I had to be leashed on when I was skiing downhill
What does that
as a
mean?
child. So when I was skiing, I had a little leash on me.
I guess that's better to prevent harm, but if it's just like you're walking around the mall and you've got a leash on your child,
Yeah.
I have moral quandaries with that.
I have I have social quandaries with that. You just look like a dumbass if you do that. Yeah. I don't have a moral. A little moral.
So back to the movie.
Oh, that was a long diatribe. Yeah.
Harry and Marv finally realize Kevin is home alone when they hear Peter's message on the answering machine in the house next door that they are robbing and are again convinced that Kevin's house is empty aside from Kevin. He's a
Little
9-year-old.
9-year-old.
We could rob
We
this
could just
place
we can fucking kill him. Yeah.
or kidnap him. But the cops don't care about kidnapping. Maybe
No,
they
they
care
don't care
about
about Kevin at all.
maybe they care about killing children, but not kidnapping. And so Kevin's out buying a toothbrush when he is spooked by Marley and runs from the shop without paying. He's chased by cops, evades them on an ice rink, and makes it back home. But that day, Harry and Marv run into Kevin after robbing a house, and they follow him for a bit after Kevin runs when he notices Harry's gold tooth shine when he smiles.
It's Chekhov's tooth. He's back.
That's the guy. And
I
he's
taught the
running, he's
I
running,
taught the
running.
children. I taught my honors class Chekhov's gun at school. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. Like if it brings it up, it's gonna come back again. And now they think everything's a Chekhov's gun. We're reading like 3 pages in, like of Mice and Men. It's like, is the mice a gun? It's Chekhov's gun. I'm like, no, not really. They're funny.
Is the
Everything's a
rabbit a
Chekhov's gun.
gun?
It's Chekhov's
Chekhov's
gun,
rabbit.
kind of. Yeah, maybe.
um,
That's just foreshadowing, kids. Yeah.
and Kevin, he runs and he runs and he runs. He hides outside a church in like a little manger scene to avoid the wet bandits. And so that night he realizes that he can disguise or hide but have
Dress
the
up.
appearance of other things. And so that night he preps cardboard cutouts in his house that give the impression from the window that there's a big party inside the house. He's got
Big Christmas party. Yeah, they're all dancing around.
Michael Jordan cut out on a train track thing, and
He's got Keith Haring paintings up to give the illusion of motion.
I'm loving that he's just standing there like pulling all the levers and dancing. He's having a great time.
You know Keith Haring, Brandon?
Uh-uh.
Let's see. How do I work this?
Flip it.
How do I flip the screen?
Flip it. I don't think you can on Skype. I think you just have to turn it. Oh, yeah, I know that. Mm-hmm.
It's some cool shit. Keith Haring's cool. If
Yeah.
it would not be so fucking blurry, yeah.
It's your background setting. But I know exactly what those are, yeah. And so
Yeah.
he does all this. The wet bandits see it and they're like, okay, we can't case this place.
We're fucked.
And Kevin orders a pizza, and the pizza man comes around the back door. He uses the audio from the R-rated movie he's been watching to scare the pizza guy off. Keep the change, you filthy animal, or the whole
a classic
I'm gonna
line.
pump you full of lead in 10 seconds.
John Wayne, yeah. And he's gone.
It's hilarious and clever.
And in a way glorifying film editing. You know, I bet the editor got a kick out of that.
They're the hero. Loved it. Little Kevin's a film editor himself.
A little bit, yeah, of course. I think that's like the thing how all books are like the main character's a writer in all movies.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that in there too, you know.
And so Kate manages to get a flight back to the United States by trading everything first and begging an old lady to swap tickets. The tickets are to Dallas, but she's still in the U.S. at least.
Good enough, yeah.
And Kevin, he starts to miss his family as he stares at a picture of them and just wishes they could come back. But he wakes up the next morning. They're not there. So he's got to do
He's
the
still
normal
home alone.
routine.
The magic doesn't work. The
So
big genie isn't gonna make him bigger again.
yeah, it's
Or whatever.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And so Kevin goes shopping
Shazam.
at the grocery store. Kazam. Not Shazam. Kazam. Don't act like you're frozen. I know you're not frozen.
Sinbad.
No, he's not in that. It's Shaq and it's Kazam. It's a genie movie. But he also raps in it a lot. Because Shaq was trying to put out hip-hop albums at the time. And he was putting out hip-hop albums. Quit pretending like you're frozen.
He was in a Kalispell. He performed at our fair one year. I've told that before.
Let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah, so he continues the normal stuff. He goes shopping at the grocery store, and him acting like an adult is the funniest thing. Like standing in the line, she's like,
Yeah.
he's like, I heard
Ooh,
they've
I heard
added
weather.
I heard they've added extra plies to the toilet paper. And he's like, are those microwave dinners any good? He's like, I'll give it a try tonight. And she holds it up.
Yeah.
It's for the kids. She's like, how
Yeah,
old?
sure.
He's like, I got a coupon for that.
He should have been on another kid's back in a trench coat for full effect. But yeah, he's a good. He's like, weather. How is politics doing? Yes.
He's grown up so much. He even does his own laundry. He isn't afraid of the furnace in the basement, although he put way too much laundry detergent in.
Gonna be really sparkly. What happened? Is this gonna be like scratchy or something?
I don't know. Too sudsy.
Yeah, probably be weird looking.
And the wet bandits come to
clean.
investigate if the house is truly empty. And Kevin plays that same movie when Marv is at the door and scares him off even more because he puts firecrackers inside a pot right at the door base and explodes them to sound like a bigger gunshot. Marv's like, some guy just got offed in there. A crew beat us to the house. They're like, no, this is our territory of robbing houses. And like, no, crew's in there. Snakes got off. They're like, snakes. How do I remember the name Snakes?
Yeah. And they do need to get their movie knowledge up. It would have saved their whole. That's another situation where film knowledge saves the day, in theory.
And then Kate is now, she's in the U.S. She's made it from Dallas to Scranton, Pennsylvania. She's joining the office crew.
That's right.
Where she attempts to book a flight to Chicago, but again, everything's still booked. And unable to accept this, Kate is overheard by Gus Polinski, the lead member of a traveling polka band, who offers to let her travel with them to Chicago on their way to Milwaukee in a moving van.
That's John Candy, and that's charming. But I feel like there's another Polinski character in another. I feel like another John Huston character has a Polinski name. It might be like a cameo thing.
Not ringing a bell right now, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
Who's the Sausage King of Chicago?
Oh, who is the sausage? It's shit. Joey Chestnut.
Abe Furman. Okay, I thought that was the same name for some. Abe.
And
it wasn't ringing a bell, he says.
She gratefully accepts this offer to travel in the back of the moving van with the Midwest Polka Band that's just playing fucking oboe in her ear the whole time. But she's on her way home. And on Christmas Eve, Kevin overhears the wet bandits discussing plans to break into his house that night when they realize he's home alone and he can't stop.
The party's fake. He's a 9-year-old. There's no real guns. He's fucked.
And that night, Kevin asks a local Santa Claus impersonator if he could bring his family back for Christmas. No toys, just family.
Or guns.
I love this too, where he thinks he's all grown up. He's like, I know you're not really Santa Claus. You don't have to put the beard on, but I know you work for him. So if you could get this to the big man.
That is funny, yeah.
And while walking home, he sees nothing but families spending the holidays together. And all alone, he goes to a church and watches a choir perform. I was like about to cry. I was like, damn. He had nowhere to go, so he found the only place.
That's how orphans feel all the time.
All the time. And so he went to the only place where he knows where he can even encounter other people in his life, and that's the church. Sad, but Christ is within us all.
Wow, that is Christ-like,
You're never
Christly,
alone. And
just like
here
Liverpool.
he officially meets Old Man Marley, who dispels the rumors about him. He's not a serial killer or anything,
No, I'm
but
Boo Radley. I stab people. Yeah,
he
we're good.
points out his granddaughter in the choir, whom he never gets to meet, as he and his son are estranged. And Kevin
We're
suggests that
estranged.
he should reconcile with his son. It's a nice give and take between Marley and himself, learning to accept family and forgiveness and all these sorts of things in the holiday season.
Full circle. Yeah, what really matters.
And through all this, Kevin also opens up about his own struggles, learns to accept his family and his fears for what they are. You can
Like the
be afraid at
Thrones.
any point, but you've got to keep pushing. So that gives him just enough energy to come home and rig the house with booby traps to take on the burglars and defend his home.
Now he's ready for the fight. Once more into the breach, good sir.
I also love that he swipes everything off of the counter and rolls out his blueprints that's just all in crayon.
That's pretty great. That's classic, yeah. But instead of like avenging to go like find his family or bring them home or something like that, he's just like, I'm gonna kick that guy's ass.
I'm gonna
For
fuck this guy's
family.
life up
In the name of the family. Yeah. In the name of the family. A house siege tale. A house siege tale. A house siege. Brandon. Brandon. Brandon.
Haha, I
Brandon.
knew. Yeah.
A house siege tale. In the
Ooh,
name of the
that's good.
family.
In the name of the family, a house siege tale. That's really good. Also,
That's what this
this
is.
moment here goes against my tagline from earlier. A home is not a house or something. He's defending the house like it is his home
It's his home or something. That's
or
right.
something. And so this is just a series of very painful
A
pranks and
booby.
booby traps.
Yeah, slapstick.
The
Ice
clock
and
strikes
sliding
9.
around. Yeah.
Harry and Marv break in. They spring the traps and suffer various injuries. So they like try the back door where Kevin shoots them through the kitty door in the fucking face and angers them off. Harry then attacks the front door and Marv the basement. He's iced both of the stairs so that they're just slipping, getting beat up on those stairs. Let's see.
It's kind of like a reversal of their calling card on them, but yes.
Oh, nice. He also heats
Karmic.
the doorknob, so when Harry reaches for it, it burns
Ow!
hand. Harry goes around the back, tries to walk in. There's a blowtorch set up when he opens the door, and it fucking lights his head on fire. He
Michael
finally gets in
Jackson
the home.
style.
Yeah, finally gets in the home and glues. He does the saran wrap behind the door with glue on it,
Yeah.
and then feathers him.
Yeah, which didn't do much have utility, but it is embarrassing, the feathers.
Buddy. And then let's see, what did he do? In the basement, ice the steps. Then he gets in finally, and he walks around, and he pulls on a light switch. Well, he disconnected the light switch, connected it to an iron. The iron smacks him on the face like he might be dead. Like,
yeah, if it's not hot, it's just a lot of weight, metal.
Then he tarred all the steps, so he's got to be barefoot walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
And you get a gruesome nail, like stepping on a nail.
Yeah, I always hate nail stuff. Yeah.
That one was rough.
Right
so
through.
He falls back out. Like, I'm not going up those stairs. Basement is off.
Fuck this.
So he tries to go back up, makes it through a window. His feet are already fucked up. They're tarred and the nails through it. Then he steps on all the glass ornaments, cutting them up.
Just like Bruce Willis and Die Hard. Maybe that's a reference.
Could be. When did Die Hard come out?
I think 88. It's pretty early.
Just before. Okay.
Yeah.
Then they finally get to the staircase where they see him. They slip on all the Hot Wheels, land straight on their backs. They chase him up the stairs. He throws paint cans over the edge tied to...
Smacks the fuck out of them, yeah.
That could kill you.
Yeah, they are definitely have brain damage.
Because not only did they get hit by the cans, they then fall halfway back down the stairs.
Smack their heads, yeah.
Let's see. Full paint cans. Then they almost catch him after he calls the cops, and he doesn't say that they're at his house. He says they're at a neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
And they catch him, but he
Mm-hmm.
puts the tarantula.
What would they have done if they caught him? Would they have tortured him in
I don't
retaliation, or
I
they
don't
just
know.
robbed
Would
the
they have
place? You
killed
think?
him?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe
He
they're pretty mad, but yeah, the tarantula gets them.
He puts the tarantula on him. It scares him off, so he's able to escape. The tarantula ends up on Harry. Marv beats Harry with a crowbar, missing it, and then they hit each other back and forth.
Yeah,
They are
that's
just absolutely beat to death. But while the duo pursues Kevin around the house, like I said, he calls the police and flees. He does like a little zip
yeah,
lining thing
yeah. That's
into the
cool.
house.
Well, he's
And
basically like Indiana Jones in his own
oh,
environment.
for
Yeah.
sure. And he lures Harry and Marv into a neighboring home, which they had previously broken into. It's just completely flooded.
Yeah.
But they outsmart him this time. They don't catch him on the other end and ambush him. And they prepare to get their revenge when Marley sneaks in and intervenes, knocking them unconscious with his snow shovel.
It is Boo.
There's
Yeah.
Boo Radley.
I wonder if there's been any scholarship about that. Marley,
Marley,
Boo.
Radley. 5 of the 6 letters in the name, Marley and Radley. Just
Some
a
scholarship has been done about that. Some scholarship.
okay. And then the police arrive. They arrest Harry and Marv and have identified all the houses that they broke into due to Marv's
Hooray!
destructive characteristic of flooding them. They're like, all right, we got so many more extra charges against you guys now.
Yeah, you have like 20 houses. Yeah. Why would you do that?
And so at the end of the night, Kevin goes to sleep, and on Christmas Day, he wakes up to nothing but a white snow coming down. He's so excited, but he then
Not
becomes
gonna be
immediately
here.
disappointed to find that his family is still gone.
They
And he
still
walks
forgot about it.
outside, taking in the weather, when he hears Kate enter the house and call for him. He turns around, he sees his mom. I am crying.
Of course, yeah. The,
They
the the score is
reconcile.
in full swell. Yeah.
Yeah, they reconcile and are soon joined by the rest of the family too, who waited in Paris and until they could obtain a direct flight to Chicago.
So it's just exactly the same time as mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
Kevin keeps silent about his whole encounter. Like, what have you been doing? He's like, nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm
surprised he
mostly
cleaned the house.
he had all night, but yes.
The tar would have
Um,
been tough.
the tar and the blood and the glass. Yeah. But then it's a big happy Christmas. They all sing "Hark the Herald" or whatever, and they
Um,
they love each other.
he does keep his thing quiet. Although Peter finds Harry's knocked out gold tooth at one point. He's like, "Honey, what is this?" And then Kevin observes Molly, or not Molly, Marley reuniting with his son, his daughter-in-law, and granddaughter across. And he notices Kevin in the window, and they wave to each other. I'm crying again,
He's
but then
crying.
it's like a classic. It's a comedy movie, so it ends with Buzz yelling from his room, "Kevin, what'd you do to my room?" He's like, "Oh,"
Oh no!
and
He's
that
Home Alone too. Yeah.
is the end of Home Alone.
They keep forgetting that kid later on too. It's just like
There's
Taken. Like how many Takens can you be?
Well, I love it because Home Alone 2, yes, he is left home alone again. Taken 2, it's not that his daughter's taken again. It's like
He's Taken.
Liam Neeson is taken.
Yeah, but there's like Taken 3 and Taken 4 now too. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
yeah.
What about they don't even have Liam in them anymore? Oh fuck.
Or it's like Finding Nemo and then Finding Dory. Damn it, we lost another fish.
Yeah, we got
But
Taken again.
I liked Finding Dory because she's the whole amnesic thing, can't remember short-term memory loss. It's like her finding her way back to her past and her life, and I thought it was a nice little touch. Anyway, this isn't the Finding Nemo,
Anyways,
Finding Dory
no,
podcast.
this is Home
It's
Alone 1.
Home Alone 1 and Quarters. You've been on 3 for so long. It's because he's
Ooh.
frozen. Oh! How'd you do that? Wait. A peace sign? So a peace sign is the balloons? Do a peace sign again. Peace sign is balloons. We gotta tell those we gotta tell those therapists. That was so funny when you looked that up. You're like, nobody really knows, but therapists are really upset about it. It's quote time. How many quotes do you have?
I'll just count 9.
Are you gonna read them?
No, I'm protesting.
Who are you protesting now?
How many quotes you got?
13.
Ooh, a baker's dozen.
And I knew kind of what I was looking for going into it, so I took 12 from IMDb. I only stumbled across one extra one.
One newbie. It probably the IMDb quotes page is probably a mile long, anyways.
It's so fucking long. The first one is just Gangster Johnny going, "Keep the change, you filthy animal."
Yeah, John Wayne, yeah, or whoever it
is. When Macaulay Culkin does the little zip line into the treehouse, and they come up to the attic, and they're like, "Where'd he go?" And Marv's like, "Maybe he committed suicide." It's like, no. But Kevin then is like, "Down here, you big horse's ass. Come and get me before I call the police." But maybe he committed suicide. It's like, no.
That's way funnier. He just killed himself.
Dead alone.
On purpose. Not even like accidentally. He killed himself.
Yeah. This is on the flight. Kate's worried that they forgot something. She goes, talking to Peter, "Did I turn off the coffee?" And he's like, "No, I did." She's like, "Did you lock up?" "Yeah." "Did we set the timers on the lights?" "Yes." "Did you close the garage?" And Peter goes, "That's it. I forgot to close the garage. That's it." And Kate's like, "No, that's not it." And he's like, "Well, what else could we have forgotten?" And then they sit there for a while. Kevin! Which is funny. They did forget to close the garage. Their cars are they're in Paris, and their cars could easily be taken.
That's what they should have been stealing, yeah.
Right? Screw the house.
Wide open cars. Yeah.
Hotwire them. Megan, the sister, talking to Buzz, the oldest brother, in Paris. They go, "You're not at all worried that something might happen to Kevin?" And Buzz goes, "No, for 3 reasons. A, I'm not that lucky. 2, we use smoke detectors. And D, we live on the most boring street in the whole United States of America where nothing remotely dangerous will ever happen."
Yeah. And there's a little bit of he's annoying. He'll can fucking handle it, yeah.
But A2D is so funny.
That's good. That is good. It's a good writer joke.
Let's see. When Kate comes out after they did the head count, Kate goes to Heather, "Did you do the head counts?" And Heather, the oldest of them, goes, 11, including me, 5 boys, 6 girls, 4 parents, 2 drivers, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
Kevin. Goes,
Kevin.
When he's trying to get somebody to share a room with him, he goes, "Can I sleep in your room, Buzz? I don't want to sleep on the hide-a-bed with Fuller. If he has something to drink, he'll wet the bed." And Buzz just goes, "I wouldn't let you sleep in my room if you were growing on my ass."
That was a good line.
What could that possibly mean? Like a tumor? Like a zit?
Yeah.
Like a hemorrhoid? Yeah. You think it was a hemorrhoid? Quit doing that face.
Yeah, I do think it was a hemorrhoid.
The Santa Claus impersonator comes out to his car after a shift. He sees a ticket on his window. He goes, "Damn, I'm gonna give Kris Kringle a parking ticket on Christmas Eve. What's next? Rabies shots for the Easter Bunny?"
Wing clippings for the fairy, for the Tooth Fairy. Yes.
Tooth Fairy for St. Valentine. Let's see. Kevin at the store, he just goes, "Ma'am, is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know. It doesn't say." And he's like, "Could you please find out?"
Could you call? Yeah.
Very concerned
about this.
ADA. He's so grown up now.
Yeah.
Very beginning of the movie, Kevin comes in while Kate's on the phone as they're all getting ready the next day, and she goes, "Mom, Uncle Frank won't let me watch the movie, but the big kids can. Why can't I? It's not even rated R. He's just being a jerk. And Kate just goes, Kevin, if Uncle Frank says no, then it must be really bad.
It must be rated X. Yeah, he's just being a jerk.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. Couple more. Marley, he goes, one of the deeper quotes. He goes, how you feel about your family is a complicated thing. Deep down, you'll always love them, but you can forget that you love them, and you can hurt them, and they can hurt you. And that's not just because you're young.
Ooh, that's family. That's family.
That's a family a house siege tale. And the name of my family. Quit making that face.
I was frozen for a second.
No, you weren't frozen. Next. Oh, when the checkout woman holds up the bag full of army men and gives Kevin a funny look, and he just goes, it's for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
Okay, two more. My
Okay.
last one from IMDb, Kevin and Marley going back and forth. Kevin goes, no offense, but aren't you a little old to be afraid? And Marley goes, you can be a little old for a lot of things, but you're never too old to be afraid. Kevin's like, that's true. I've always been afraid of our basement. It's dark, there's weird stuff down there, and it smells funny, that sort of thing. It's bothered me for years. And Marley's like, basements are like that. And he's like, but then I made myself go down there and do some laundry, and I found out it's not so bad. All this time I've been worrying about it, but if you just turn on the lights, it's no big deal. And Marley goes, what's your point? Kevin's like, my point is you should call your son.
Yeah.
He's
Good
so grown
metaphor.
up.
Yeah.
And then my last quote, one that I'd never picked up on before, it's when he's kind of breaking the fourth wall and talking in the mirror as he's getting ready for the day with the towel wrapped around his waist. And he goes, I took a shower washing every part using natural soap. I washed all the natural crevices, including in between my toes and in my belly button, which I usually don't do, but I really seem to enjoy.
Took a long time in that shower, did he?
Yeah, he sure did.
All of his crevices.
Yep.
Even the hood of his penis. Yeah.
Yep. Oh my god. I was like, that's hilarious. And so that's going to end our 13 quotes. It's ratings time. You're down 0-4.
I can't. I'm going to lose. I'm out.
So, critics, thermometer. What do you think they're giving this?
89?
Oh, Seth wins.
Fuck, is it way high?
66.
Way low. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But what about people? The popcorn mitter.
89.
Seth wins.
Cock.
It's an 80.
How? People. Come on. How they like this?
IMDb Metascore out of 100.
70.
There you go. It's a 63.
On the money.
6-1.
I can win this right here.
And an audience score
5-pointer.
out of 10.
7.0.
Yes! 6-2. It's a 7.7.
Right on the money.
So,
Not embarrassing.
6-2, it's a loss, but a 7.7 is quite high for IMDb. Let's figure out where it falls on our top films all time.
Hit it. Bow, bow, bow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Meals in my bank account.
The 17th best film we've ever done.
Sounds about right.
There are 2 that are coming up within season 12 that are above it. So those, it will be the ninth end of the season. But movies just worse than this included When Harry Met Sally, The Little Prince, The Fifth Element.
Wow.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Good movie.
The Florida Project.
Good movie.
And The Mitchells versus the Machines.
I didn't like that one as much.
Oh, I loved it. And then just below, Hereditary, Chef, The Gods Must Be Crazy, stuff like that.
Good movies.
Just
in our upper pantheon.
Better than it, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Little Miss Sunshine, A Christmas Story just above it, Love on a Leash, Annie Hall, and Groundhog Day.
Some classics in our Yeah, I would say that's like our upper pantheon, nearing our canon.
I also was going to tell you, I made a list of all 192 films that we will have done by the end of season 12 and put them based on when they were released by
Based on
year.
how much Andre is in them.
No, based on when they were released by year. And I've gone back to see like if we've done like every year, and
Yeah,
we will have done every year
going
until
back to
what's your guess?
2012.
1985.
That's crazy.
We do not have an 85 or an 84, but then we have
That's
83, 82,
crazy.
81, 80, 79, 78, 77. So then we'd have all the way back to 1975.
Wow, which is a great movie year. That's
So
fantastic.
it was
That's
a
crazy.
lengthy
That is
project, but I
crazy.
thought you would get a kick out of that.
That's cool. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good at
we're
spacing
good.
them out.
So critics gave it a
Wow.
66 and a 63 for a 64 and a half. Audiences an 80 and a 77 for a 78 and a half. What are you giving Home Alone?
Me?
You.
I'm gonna give this movie a 8.9.1 on the lasagna scale. It's hot. You know me. Love a good movie. It's a good
Yeah.
movie. Love a great score. And then if you just throw like a pretty masterful child performance in there as well, it's hard to have something more delightful. So it's a 9.1 for me. It hits all the boxes and then some. Brandon,
Nice. I am an 8.9, so we're averaging right at a 9.
close.
I think this is my favorite Christmas film.
Of all time.
Just kind of straight up favorite Christmas film. I love it.
Wow. The
It's
cap is an 8.
huh?
Interesting.
Yeah,
The cap's an 8.9. Interesting.
it's tough with Christmas films. It's hard to be that high, but like you said, the Macaulay Culkin's performance is beyond amazing in it. Um,
Uh-huh.
the score's fantastic. It brings back an ode to the old comedy, the slapstick comedy with all of the hijinks in the end, but
It's a sort of an old Hollywood feel, yeah.
it's incredibly cleverly written by John Hughes. It's actually well directed. Chris Columbus did a great job with it too.
It's
Snappy.
snappy. It's
Yeah.
perfect, yeah.
And it's a movie that gets me in the holiday spirit. It makes me laugh. It makes me cry. It makes me think about Christmas.
And
It's
that's hard to do because you're notoriously a Scroogey Grinch.
exactly.
Yeah. So if
So
this can do it,
8.9 and a 9.1 for a 9. That's banger.
that's pretty high praise.
Yeah. I love Home Alone. So,
Almost great.
reviews. 3 critics,
Eeps, Big
5
Rog.
users. Big Rog, Chicago Sun-Times. He says, Culkin is fantastic, but the elaborate booby traps in the film are similar to Rube Goldberg machines. They're the kind of traps that any 8-year-old could devise if he had a budget of tens of thousands of dollars and the assistance of a crew of movie special effects people. The plot is so implausible that it makes it really hard to care about the plight of the kid. 2.5 out of 4 stars.
He's applying a lot of realism to
Shocked.
it all. Yeah. Interesting. He didn't like he liked the cranks almost,
Right?
didn't he?
I think so. And I think
Yeah.
that's another thing is like there is a lot of like, well, a 9-year-old couldn't do this and do all that. It's also,
No, he hated Christmas with the cranks. Yeah.
man, it was something like that. It was one of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's also a Christmas movie that in these films, it's supposed to be magical and whimsical and suspend your disbelief.
It's family, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
I know what
totally
you're saying.
for it. Next is
He might have
Owen
missed the mark.
Gleiberman. Crank it, guys. Crank it Glebe style.
Very good. We should have a best critic reviewer at the next Mookies.
And he just
Because we got some
becomes
thoughts.
the little songbird where he gets
Yeah,
nominated but never
probably.
wins. At Entertainment Weekly, he said, a sadistic festival of adult bashing. John Hughes is pulling our strings as though he'd never learned to do anything else. A D rating.
That's so glebe. That's so stupid.
And once
He
again, a
hates
letter grade?
he hates adults. Yeah, that's dumb.
In
That's
a letter
yeah,
grade.
that is bad. Gleam style, of course. Come
Oh
on,
my
William.
God. And then Peter Bradshaw at The Guardian said, Culkin has vivid screen presence, almost incandescent with confidence. However, it's a bit broad and mannered. 3 out of 5 stars.
The critics,
Yeah.
they're not as beloved as us, as our mind's critics, critics of our mind.
In my mind.
In my mind, our critics.
And then I've got 5 users.
All returnees.
We're not going to pause. 1, 2, 3 returnees. First up is Songbird. She said, I absolutely loved the first 2 Home Alone movies. The third one is adequate, but the fourth movie is just dreadful and makes me vomit because of what it did to the 2 underrated gems. Macaulay Culkin is wonderful as Kevin. In this and Home Alone 2, which is my personal favorite, he is cute and self-assured. The film looks beautiful with very good direction and, best of all, great visual jokes and traps, as well as a fun and sometimes touching script. My problem is why is the rating for both Home Alone and Home Alone 2 so low when almost everyone I know considers them a holiday classic. All in all, a funny, touching, and underrated film that could have been a little shorter, only by 1 or 2 minutes. 9 out of 10.
That's a little nitpicky. Is Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 3
No.
as well? I was gonna say, because the cuteness certainly is a factor. I've been watching young Sheldon clips on Facebook Reels, and the early seasons it's fine, and then the older seasons you just want to projectile vomit. The kid is so ugly when he hits puberty.
When he's 10, it's cute. When he's 15, it's not.
It's the worst shit of all time. Yeah,
I do like
makes
that.
It funny again.
It should be a little shorter, only by 1 minute. Like that's so
a little nitpicky. Yeah.
But a 9 out of 10. Snoopy Style says, director Chris Columbus and writer John Hughes team up to create one of the most iconic comedies of its era. It's in no small part due to the iconic scene of Macaulay Culkin slapping his face and scream. Take it away, and it's just a rather crass juvenile kiddie movie. I'm not complaining, just explaining. Expect a lot of slapstick stupidity with annoying wet bandits. 7 out of 10.
I agree. I mean, it's fair, but like, if you do slapstick well, if you do crude heat well, I think then you're doing it well. That's art and craft too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because you know what I mean. He knows what that means. Yeah.
There's like a new movie that came out like this year or last year. It was like The Day of the Groundhog or something, and it's like all black and white and like slapstick comedy.
No. I've seen this movie twice. It is called Hundreds of Beavers, my friend.
Hundreds of Beavers. That's it. Yeah.
It's a great film. It's amazing. It's like so inventive. It's beautiful. It's thoughtful. It's so great.
Good. I've heard
like a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah.
I've heard nothing but glorious things about it. I heard it's one of the funniest films in a
long time. It's very inventive. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a live action Looney Tunes.
Three more reviews. Last Returner, B&S about movies.
Bull and shit about movies.
Brandon and Snedeker.
Ball and shit about movies.
Ball and cock.
Suck. Yeah.
They say some see this holiday film, directed by Chris Columbus and written and produced by John Hughes, as a seasonal favorite. I see it as a story of bad parenting, exacerbated by the fact that they allowed the same situation to happen a year later, and a child driven to cruelty by the way he has been raised. Have you ever been in a Midwest attic in winter? It's no place for a child to sleep. Throughout the movie, Kevin annihilates Harry and Marv, which left Culkin with a scar in a scene and gave Pesci burns to his scalp. Columbus said of these scenes, every time the stunt guys did one of those stunts, it wasn't funny. We'd watch it, and I would just pray that the guys were alive. I really think that the attacks on the wet bandits are so brutal that there's no way they would survive. Is that your holiday fun? Maybe I was too old for this, as my wife loves watching it. I just never could get into the fact that Kevin comes from a rich family that can barely take care of him. He frequently magically fixes the lives of old, near homeless people and then crushes the dreams of the lower class who have had to resort to crime to survive. I have no sympathy or worry for him. 3 out of 10.
No, I've heard this reading of Home Alone before. You don't get to claim that if they're breaking into his house. He didn't aim to kill
Nope.
either. So it's not even like a Trayvon Martin thing. Yeah, he's fine. He gets
He
to
was
do that
aiming
if
to
you break into his
survive.
house. That's right. No court would ever convict him of
No,
cruelty to the wet bandits.
of course not.
No, this is
God damn
bloviating.
it. I also love that he's a 9-year-old kid, and they're like, this rich asshole is trying to pick on the poor.
That's right.
It's so
Class.
funny. Penultimate today, newcomer. Oh my God, how do you say this name? Gian Marcoronkany. Marcoronkany.
Semicolon.
Yeah, exactly. He said this is out
Semicolon.
undoubtedly one of the most overrated children's comedies in the history of cinema. An ugly, predictable, and boring comedy with too much pretense of suspending disbelief on the part of the spectator. 1 out of 10.
That was some AI at the end, yeah.
And lastly, maybe a freaking nominee coming up. Generations of Swine.
Good name.
They say a psychopath in the making. Hannibal Lecter as a child. Here we see the development of a very young Ted Bundy. It's a movie about a sadist child that is left alone and gets to torture 2 people and eat cheese pizza until his little heart is content. But don't worry, the guys that he's torturing are burglars, so it's okay that the kid violates the Geneva Convention.
That's
There
right.
are educated men like me that used to love to play Grand Theft Auto and kill my best friends in Halo because we would love to show the sadistic side if no one gets hurt. They would laugh at me if I was the first to die. And ask my girlfriend, my mom, my little sister, ask any woman I've ever dated. It's not just a guy thing. They all love watching me hurt myself. This movie has caught a lot of flack because it does a wonderful job of showcasing how funny it is when people get hurt. The issue is that they don't want to admit that they think someone's pain is funny. 10 out of 10.
That is a good treatise on pain in society. Entertainment value. That is good. That's beautiful.
And all the women in his life love to see him hurt himself.
That's true.
Yeah.
On a psychological level, in some way, deep down for all of us.
So that's gonna end it this week. Are you recommending?
Yes, of course. I mean, everyone's seen it. It's the most seen movie of all time.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that hasn't seen it, but I'm 100% recommending. And
Everybody's seen Home Alone.
We'll end it for the holiday hose.
Next year, we're doing all Kwanzaa movies.
Next year and next week, we're doing all Andre movies.
Thank goodness.
I still don't have a catchphrase for what we're going to say, but it's Andre month. I have a snippet.
Welcome to Chez Andre.
That is good. That's great from the league. Yeah.
I scoured Andre clips from the league for a while and found that. I was like,
that's brilliant.
Welcome to the Chez Andre.
And so it'll be the Andre house.
With none other than Andre.
What is he, a donkey or something?
I think he's a seal.
He's a seal, that's right. Yeah. It's our classic. It's one of our classic genres. Boy and animal thing.
Kid with sidekick animal.
Animal or thing, yeah. Or skateboard.
God. Andre month's going to be great. And yeah, other than that, enjoy season 12. Merry Christmas.
Have a happy new year. We don't take it off. Fuck yeah.
We don't. Yeah, fuck yeah. And we'll see you next year.
Merry Christmas and happy Kwanzaa. And shalom. Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. That's it. And shalom.
And shalom. Shalom.
And hello to all my Jewish friends.
Home Alone. Save, done, boom. Here, I'll send you that list that I made of the movies by year. I'll email it to you.
That's good.
I was I was shocked at that we did. We had some big gaps, and then we filled them in with this season's.
Wow. We plugged some holes.
We're plugging a lot of holes around here.
Gross, Brandon.
And
Well,
then It's a Wonderful Life is so much older than everything else, except Roman Holiday that's coming out.
Interesting. Well, we had some like 60s, I think, right? A couple 60s.
Yeah, but It's a Wonderful Life, I think, is 1946.
A 20-year gap, yeah.
Yeah. Lucas Laurent at St. Ignatius Schools.
L. Lawrence. Not Lucas Lawrence. L. Lawrence.
Movies by year. No, I'm sending it to your Gmail. How about?
Good.
Where's the list?
Good.
Podcast data. Podcast films by year. Boom. Yeah, and then we got ones this year with Madam Web and The Beekeeper and stuff too. So
How come this is taking so long to download?
good work getting it all done in one day.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Have a Merry Christmas, Brandon.
You too.
I'll send you this thing in a moment. Happy holidays, friendo.
Later.
Later.